Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you. You're welcome to my channel. Today, I'll be making egusi soup. This is the egusi I'm using to cook today, which is I'm going to be making egusi and vegetable. These are the ingredients I'm using. I'm using prawns. I'm using locust beans. I'm using onions. I'm using turkey, dry turkey. I'm using dry fish. I'm using pepper and the long one, about 4 to 3 long pepper. I'm using sliced ugu, which is pumpkin leaf. I'm using red oil. I'm using salt. I'm using cow skin, and I'm using goat meat. The goat meat is already cooked, and it was seasoned properly. You can do your own seasoning, but I use thyme, maggi, salt, ginger, garlic to season it, and dry flaky pepper. Oh, sorry, people. I don't know what happened. I've just put the oil on the fire. The oil bleached. The oil did not bleach. Just heat up. Then I put the onions, and I've just turned in the blended pepper inside the fire. I was recording. I didn't know what happened to my recording. I'm really sorry about that. So at the moment now, we have oil, the red oil, the onions, and the pepper that is being blended together, and it's cooking. Now we're going to leave it to cook for 5 minutes. Then come and stir. Then while the tomato is while the pepper and not tomato while the pepper and onions is boiling on the fire, heating up, I'm going to blend the egusi that we need with crayfish together. I don't want to put them together because I don't want to put it I didn't want to blend the egusi together with the pepper because I want to put the egusi later on, because I want to have I want it to have some kind of consistency when I'm cooking it. Now we're going to have a look at the soup to see what's going on now with it. The steam is all over. We'll cook it for about 5 minutes now. You can see. I'll just move it aside from the fire so you can see because the steam is so much. So you fry for 5 minutes, you check it that it's not still smelling that raw, the pepper is not really raw anymore. Then now we're going to put the egusi inside, but the way we're going to put the egusi, we're going to use small spoon to just put little by little, like a scoop. Yeah, so I will have the seed. So now be careful because the soup is splashing. So now when we scoop of the blended egusi inside. Just want it to fry. When you're grinding the egusi, make sure you don't put too much water. Put the water that will make you able to blend it in the blender. If you're still trying to blend, it's not blending, put a little bit of water. Just put little water. And if it's not blending, when you put a little bit of water, put a little bit more and try and blend. So this is blended egusi with crayfish only. So when all the egusi is inside, they close it and let it cook for another 5 minutes. They will come back and have a look. Now you can see the egusi is cooking. I'm going to put some bitter leaf. I have some bitter leaf and just put a little, like a handful of bitter leaf, just a half handful of bitter leaf. Then turn the egusi in the fire. Then I will add my mixed up sauce inside for it to cook. If you have mixed stock, you add. If you don't have mixed stock, you use about 200 ml of water. So now I'm going to pour the mixed stock water. This is the mixed stock water, and let it cook. I'm just using the spoon to go at the bottom of the pot so the egusi is not burning. So make sure you just use the spoon to scrape the bottom of the pot, because of the first time you put it might start sticking to the bottom of the pot, so your soup doesn't start burning. Okay, I want to have like some consistency later when the soup is ready. Now the soup is cooking. You can see it's steaming up now, just that there's loads of steam on it. I'm going to put the cow skin meat inside, and the turkey I'm going to start putting the meat inside and just let it cook. That's the cow skin I just put inside. Now I'm going to add the turkey as well. That's the turkey. And always remember, when you're using a roasted turkey or dried dry turkey, don't put salt yet. Let salt be the last thing you do, because all these roast turkey have salt inside. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to put the prawns and the dry fish and the locust beans inside. Now I'm going to put the locust beans. I'm using the dry locust beans, which is dawa dawa. Some people don't like it, but if you want to have the complete taste for African egusi, I think it's one of the things you don't want to miss. Don't forget to always check the bottom of the pot so that you don't start burning your soup at the bottom. So while it's cooking, make sure you turn it to the bottom. Now I'm going to put prawns, fresh prawns. I'm using fresh prawns today for the soup. With fresh prawns, you don't cook it too long, because if you cook it too long, it becomes a bit chewy. You just want it to be like, that special way. It is not chewy, not too difficult to chew. Okay. Now you let it cook while you add the meat that you're using. You can use. This is the soup cooking on the fire, but before I put the meat, I want to put the dry fish. If you're using dry fish that's got some bone, like the bongo fish and that, try and remove some of the bones, because of the kids in the house and even the adults. You don't want them choking on bone. You pick some of the bones out. The bones are not that hard, but because it's a bit tiny, you need to be careful. So I'm going to put the fish. It gives you a bit of it gives you a kind of taste, African taste in the soup, which makes it nice. So let it cook for a bit before you add the fish, the meat, I mean. So this is the soup. You can see it's been cooked. It's going on at the moment. Let it cook. Just let it cook. Just leave for another 5 minutes. Now the soup has cooked for a few minutes now. I'm just going to give a bit of stir, then put the meat inside. Wow, this soup is even looking yummy already. I can't wait to have some of this today. So now I'm going to put the meat inside. So that's the meat I've just poured inside. Then I'm going to let the soup cook under the steam. Let it steam for a few minutes. Then by then you check the salt if it's okay, because of the stockfish, the dried turkey that you put inside and the dry fish that you put inside, because some of them are salty. So when you finish, and the meat stock that you put inside, remember when you boil the meat, you put some salt. So when it's cooked a bit, when it's steam again for another 5 minutes, you check the soup if the salt is enough before you add any salt. But add your maggi first. So I'm going to be adding maggi in the next 5 minutes when I check again. Now we're going to have a look at the soup. Yeah. Always check the bottom, because sometimes it tends to burn, please, because it's not nice when the soup is burnt. You don't want to have that one smell in this soup. Now we're going to put the cube maggies. You can see I use fork. Here I'm putting it now. Oh, it's so tough to break. So now I'm putting the cube maggi. And turn the soup. And test the soup just to be sure that the amount of salt you need. Before you put the salt, try and put at least about 1 teaspoon of salt. Then check it. If you still need more, this is the salt now. If you still need more, then you can put a bit more. Now I'm going to add the ugu. I'm adding the ugu, so I'm just going to let it steam a bit. I don't want it to be too cooked. The ugu I have is a frozen one which I've bought before. Slice it, put in the freezer. So that's why it's like this. It's not looking that fresh, but it's fresh because once it goes into the fire, once it's steamed, you see it's looking fresh. So now you stir. You stir the vegetable together. Then you're going to turn off the heat so that the vegetable, which is the ugu inside, you can use spinach if you don't have ugu, which is pumpkin leaf. Then you turn off the heat so that it just cooks with the bun that just burnt out there, so that the vegetable is not overcooked. This is the egusi soup ready. Just to be cooked for a few minutes. Now you cover. Now the soup is ready, so you're going to put it outside and set and make the fufu to eat it. You can use wheat to eat it. You can use cabbage and fufu to eat it. Any cabbage you want. You can even use rice to eat this as well. Now the soup is ready. This is a bit served, so we're going to have it with pounded yam. You can have it whatever you want. You can see it now. This is the egusi soup. Sorry guys, I'm moving my hand. So you can try this recipe and let me know how it goes. Okay, thank you people that have been watching. Thank you everyone that's been commenting. I'm really grateful, and please click more likes. Thank you and have a nice day.